My beloved child, you've been wondering why I stayed silent. Why, when false accusations rose like a storm and the world shouted lies, I didn't speak up? Why, in front of Pilate and the chief priests, I didn't defend myself? Why, when pain and injustice surrounded me, I answered nothing? You've asked, why, Jesus? You had the truth. You had the power. Why didn't you speak? Quote, let me tell you why. It wasn't because I didn't know what to say. I am the Word. My words formed the stars and called life out of dust. I spoke, and the sea calmed. I spoke, and the dead rose. I spoke, and the blind saw. So no, silence wasn't because I lacked power. I was silent because of love. Love for you. That day, in Pilate's court, I stood accused of things I never did. They twisted my words, mocked my mission, and spat in my face. Soldiers placed a crown of thorns on my head, not to honor me, but to humiliate me. And I let them. Isaiah prophesied it long before I was born. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth. Isaiah chapter 53 verse 7. I chose to fulfill that prophecy for you. When Pilate questioned me, I could have explained. I could have dismantled every accusation with divine clarity. But I stayed silent, because I had already decided I would carry your sin, your shame, your sorrow. I was not there to win the trial, I was there to win your soul. My silence wasn't weakness. It was surrender, not to man, but to my Father's will. I knew what was coming. The cross, the nails, the darkness. But I endured it because I saw beyond it. I saw you. I saw your face, your tears, your broken moments, your silent cries. And I knew that my silence would one day be your rescue. Have you ever felt wrongly accused? Misunderstood? Silenced when you wanted to explain? So have I. And I want you to know, I get it. I didn't just come to die for your sins. I came to walk in your pain, to carry your burdens, to feel what you feel. That includes the ache of being unheard, the sting of injustice, the weight of loneliness. Remember when I stood before Herod? He wanted a sign, a miracle, something to entertain him. I said nothing, not because I didn't care, but because I would not perform for a throne that had no interest in truth. There are times when silence speaks louder than words. Times when the battle is not won by speaking, but by enduring. I stood silent before men so I could speak forever on your behalf before the Father. Yes, I was silent before the crowd, but I now speak as your advocate in heaven. Yes, I said nothing in the judgment hall, but I now say daily to the Father, that one is mine. I paid the price for them. I bear the scars to prove it. And now, you may be asking, Jesus, why are you silent in my life right now? Quote, you've prayed, you've waited, you've listened, and all you hear is, nothing. Let me tell you a secret. Silence is not absence. Delay is not denial. Stillness is not indifference. Even when you don't hear me, I'm working. Even when I seem far, I'm near. Even when I am quiet, I am deeply involved in every detail of your story. Do you remember Lazarus? Mary and Martha sent for me when he was sick. They believed I could heal him. But I didn't come right away. I waited. I was silent. And in that silence, Lazarus died. But that wasn't the end. When I arrived, Martha said, Lord, If you had been here, my brother wouldn't have died." She was hurt. She didn't understand. But I looked her in the eyes and said, "I am the resurrection and the life." Then I went to the tomb and called Lazarus out. My delay wasn't a mistake. It was a setup for a miracle. My silence was not rejection, it was preparation. So if you feel like I'm not answering your prayers right now, trust me. I might be working in ways you don't see yet. Your Lazarus moment is coming. Resurrection always follows surrender. Let me take you to another moment. In the Garden of Gethsemane, just before the arrest, I cried out to my Father with loud cries and tears. "If it is possible, take this cup from me." My soul was overwhelmed. My sweat became like drops of blood. The Father was silent. But he was not absent. He sent an angel to strengthen me. Sometimes, the Father answers not by changing the circumstance, but by giving strength to endure it. So if you're in Gethsemane, if the weight is heavy and heaven feels quiet, don't give up. Strength is coming. Peace is coming. I am with you in the garden. I'm holding you. And I've been there before. Do you know what followed my silence? The cross. The pain. The darkest moment the world has ever seen. But then came resurrection. Silence turned to triumph. Grief turned to glory. Death turned to life. And the same will be true for you. You may not see it now, but I'm writing something eternal through your story. Every silent moment, every unanswered prayer, every quiet tear, it's not wasted. It's sacred. So don't be afraid of my silence. Let it draw you closer. Let it refine your trust. Let it shape your faith, not in what you feel, but in who I am. And while you wait, remember, I never left. I never will. My silence never means absence. My stillness never means indifference. I stayed silent once so that you would never be without my voice again. Now I speak through my spirit. I speak through my word. I speak through the peace that passes understanding. I speak through my people, through creation, through the quiet stillness in your soul. And yes, I will speak again, in power, in glory, when I return. Every knee will bow, and every tongue will confess that I am Lord. But for now, in your waiting, hear this. You are loved. You are seen. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. And I am not finished. Hold on, my beloved. The silence will break. The stone will roll away. And joy will come. Because I stayed silent, so you could live free. I love you. Always.